Howdy again. It's really strange. I was kicked off the live stream and it happened before. And I'm not being a conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but it seems like every time I say something that Russian government might not really like. I think I always speak of something that it wouldn't like, but some things I go deeper, and I think in some instances I hit some buttons really deep inside. And as soon as I do that, my stream's over. It happened a few times, okay? I apologize. It's not something I did. I did. It happened. Internet is fine. It's crazy. Howdy again. Sorry about that. That's just it. I don't like when it happens, but again, it happens when I really hit something important. Make sure the Nightbot's on. It's always on, Lorna. It's every time I go online now. It's one of the mods, basically. It's an algorithm that I don't believe that. Nightbot was responsible for kicking me off the stream. Liz, what happened was I was kicked off the stream. That's it, plain and simple. I don't know why, but it happened before. So anyway, I hope that people will come back. Anyway, go into the comments. Howdy again. Hello from California. No, it's not seeing our commands. Okay. And Lorna, just give me a second. I did turn it on. It's all work. Hang on. Nightbot is on. Very strange. And it looks like it's performing well. It shows me in the dashboard right now that everything is fine, but it's not responding to commands, so it's always something. David Morrison, thank you so much. Oh, it's working. There you go. I didn't do anything, Lorna. I looked at it, okay? I opened and I looked in a very serious manner, in a very angry way, and I think it started working. Okay, David, thank you so much for the super chat. There was a question from Jester Up. Did you see the new Bold and Bankrupt video? Sort of topical to the subject. I did not see his videos. I have not seen him. I have not watched the videos of Bold and Bankrupt for quite some time for one single reason. I simply do not have enough time. Between my job and YouTube and the family, just all I can concentrate is my streams and my videos. I wish you could see my list, upload plan. I have so many ideas I'm working on right now, like 8 videos, but they're taking so much time because I want to make them good. And instead of watching someone else's videos, I'd rather work on mine. Since you mentioned, I'm gonna go and look what he had to say, but this is completely exclusive topic I was talking about. I did not hear it. The only news sources that I was taking into consideration is the Russian government, Roscosmos, the space, the space agency, Russian space agency. I did some research. I refreshed the years when the Russians did the milestones, and that's pretty much it. Also, always listen to Dmitry Peskov, the press secretary of Vladimir Putin, because he's the official source. Okay, so we'll watch Bold's video. Don Walters, howdy, howdy. Lorna Mommy, since it's one of the rare streams these days, any chance we could extend it by 20 minutes or so? I would really appreciate it. Robert Holland, I'm not there, I'm just a figment of your imagination. Okay, he just breaks in to see the Buran. Buran must be in a decay state, I understand. It's long been forgotten. All the technology's long been abandoned, and it's pretty sad. Liz Dumbrell, thank you so much. It's another super chat. Watched Depressed Russian for all of 5 minutes. I was depressed. What's Depressed Russian? Sounds familiar, but I can't tell right off my top of my head. Peter B, another Russian first in space, first death in space. That must have been the first death in space, and I think it was also Russian. Oh yeah, I remember. He was arrested in Kazakhstan. All right, was he in Baikonur trying to see Buran? Something? Yeah, that video I was a long time ago. That video I didn't see, but I saw the news. Okay, and that was blown out of proportion because I figured right from the start that guy was just who arrested him, or the guys, they just needed they were extorting, they were playing hardball. They just needed $100 or a couple $100 or $500 or whatever, but they just needed, presents for their kids or something like that. So it was not a big deal whatsoever. So, Bruce, thank you so much. My first chance to beat Reese Gray. That's funny. Thank you. Rain Carnell, when does your holiday end? Soon, in three more days, and it's gonna end. And I'm gonna stream tomorrow, by the way, because this is a great place. There's good internet. Usually small hotels do not provide good environments for streaming. Internet is usually bad. They really cheapskates. They'd skim on internet, so to speak. This place has pretty good internet, so when it works. Frank in Texas, I saw your interview on CBC. Yeah, the National. Okay, well, hope you liked it, Frank. Great to see you, by the way. And don't forget Arian Space, they're pretty long in business. I'm not sure I know what is Arian Space. Steve Smith, where is T? T is back home. There's no T. I'm in a hotel room. What can I say? There is no tea. There is no teapot. Nothing. That's okay. I'm doing a tea detox. I see that Robert's message was deleted by mommy. Okay. Ferrari guy. Russia had some amazing engine tech, more efficient than what we had until recently with SpaceX developments. And sorry, Rogozin was awful as a human being and awful for the Russian space program. No, Ferrari guy. Russia did have some fantastic engine tech. RD series of engines is still good. It still is a fantastic piece of technology equipment 70 years later, okay? Germans kind of laid out the foundation, Russians developed on that foundation. I didn't say in my message that it was all Germans' achievement. No, Russians did a huge amount of work developing, refining, furthering this technology. Okay, and yes, RD, I think it's still used in the United States by NASA. But as for Rogozin, you gotta understand, I'm a Russian citizen. I'm a subject of Russian laws. As to say something against Russian official, although the former one, would be not wise. You make your own opinion. Judging from what you write, I understand that you know what you're talking about. So you please make your own opinion and you write here. I cannot comment on that. I'm just gonna say that he used to pick up virtual fights with Elon Musk and he did fantastic memes, you know. What a guy. Robert, what do you think of Russians taking a vacation in Crimea? I don't think anything of Russians taking a vacation in Crimea. I'm not taking a vacation in Crimea. I need to go to Crimea to see my relatives. I haven't seen them for a long time. And I need to do a very special mission. My dad passed away a little over a year ago, and he was born and raised in Crimea, 100% Crimean. He loved the place. He was, he took me here to see his village. Basically, I need to go to Crimea. Either after this vacation, I'm gonna bring my family home, okay? And I'm gonna drive for one day. I need to stop by his village, the house where he lived, pick up some earth, how do you call it? Ground, I don't know. And I'm gonna bring it back into his grave, okay? That's a promise that I made. I need to go there and do that. And I also need to go and see my first cousin. He's my uncle, my dad's sister was born in Crimea. She still lives in Crimea. And her family, they've lived in Crimea all their lives. Okay, so I need to go and see. It's been long overdue, let's put it this way. I haven't seen them in quite some time. That's what I think about myself. Going there. I wouldn't go there on vacation, but I need to go do some personal business. Other Russians, it's up to them. It's what do I say? It's everyone's decision, these days. I cannot comment on that. We started our vacation actually not too far from Crimea. If you look at the map, we went to the Sea of Azov for a couple of days. Golubitskaya, it's, 60 miles from the Crimea Bridge, something like that, In other times, if everything would be fine between Russia and Ukraine, in peaceful times, I would have certainly gone to Crimea for a vacation because I absolutely love the place. I was growing up in Crimea when my dad was taking me in summers to vacate to see the relatives. I had tons of relatives back then living, not too many right now, in Crimea. So I would certainly I would have gone, but anyway, very sensitive topic for me. I'm sorry. See a few super chats I missed. Jeffrey S. Howdy, Mr. Kane Group. Mama's birthday celebration. Mama's birthday celebration. Whose mama? Your mama's birthday? Well, happy birthday to your mama. Sandy, thank you so much for sending love to me and my family. Thank you. Bruce, my first chance. Oh, yeah, I saw that. Jasper Potting Face, Janine, thank you so much. A little extra towards the holiday fun. Thank you, appreciate it. Rain Carnell, please put this towards lunch for your family before you go home. Enjoy, my friend. As for the ISS news, it's very sad to see yet another withdrawal. Russia was and is a vital member of the space family. My friend, thank you so much. Definitely have a lunch. Thanks, courtesy of you. I'll bring it up to the family. I'll let them know. And yes, very sad. Looks like when I was talking about Crimea, which is very, very sensitive topic for me, I missed a few super chats. I cannot find them right now. Oh, there you go. Lorraine Prasnowski, $10. Have some tea. Thank you so much, Lorraine. I will definitely have tea when I'm back home. Robert Holland, go Australia Space Agency. First kangaroo on Mars. But you took tea to Moscow, says Pamela J. Well, Moscow is my second home, I can drink tea normally there, That's where I live. I live in Rostov and in Moscow, in between the places. So forgive me for not taking tea here. I do drink tea a couple times a day when we go to meals. We don't cook here. Although we have some kitchenettes, I order tea and coffee because, hey, I'm on vacation. Little change doesn't hurt. Joy, Inside Russia, how long was the actual interview with the National on CBC? Your segment was very short. 1 hour. 1 hour. I was talking to the guys for 1 hour. They asked me quite a few questions. I answered quite a few, well, all of them. And the whole process took us 2 hours because there were some technical troubles. We could not hear the sound of one of the reporters, that famous guy whose face is always on TV, He was in a regular T-shirt, in his house with like no studio or anything like that, just going back and forth with the questions. Very, very relaxed atmosphere, like talking to a friend. That's completely different on when the National came up, came out. It was different. I was really surprised by how much they cut my interview, my speech. That was quite something. Very good experience, though. Interesting. Saw you interview on Catholic Drive Time. Yes, I did another interview. Hope you liked it, Liz. Mr. Flipside, Russia had the iron to get into space first, but it is bound to struggle without access to the high-tech facilities that other space agencies enjoy. Like the US, you may just have a 20-year pause. Yes. Hard not to agree with that. You're absolutely right. At Sabbath, welcome to the Inside Russia level. I saw your super chat in the previous stream, the one I was cut off. Thank you so much, and thank you for sponsoring the channel. I really appreciate it. Robert, you are just trying to ask me questions about Crimea. You know, it has become a very personal choice of every single Russian of what to do and what not to do these days, of what to support and what to oppose. And this is the time of, I call this time the time of grand choices, because every single one of us needs to make a choice now. It's not the time when we just can find a foxhole and get in there and just wait it out. But all Russians need to make a choice. And that choice is a moral choice inside, of every one of us. I have made my choice. I'm not going to talk about other Russians. I can get into lots of troubles if I speak certain things in Russia these days. I prefer to speak for myself. Okay? Some things I just cannot say out loud. Hope you read between the lines. Never argue with the referees, says Jess Terry, and I second that. No, don't do that. Bob is persistent, but I just don't really understand what he's trying to get out of me. I'm speaking for myself. Love in Life 2016. Am I allowed to ask if your country has unemployment? That's totally safe question. Well, any country has unemployment, certain amount of people, and every country is unemployed. The question is, what is the percentage? In Russia, the unemployment is growing greatly. It's growing that much that back in June, the Minister of Labor admitted that the unemployment had risen in Russia. And you got to understand, Russian officials very rarely say something negative. Okay, Russian officials not about saying the bitter truth. Okay, they're better than saying bitter truth. They would probably just be silent. But this guy, and I give it to him, he said that unemployment is growing. It's official. And from what I understand, well, just think for yourself. Most Western companies, there were tons of them, they have left Russia. And they have laid off many, many people. Now, companies that manufacture something in Russia, they rely heavily on technology and parts from abroad. And they're not getting any parts, they're not getting any technologies anymore. The company is not producing, not manufacturing much, okay? That's a huge logistical problem. People not working, they're laid off, so unemployment grows. That's just very common sense. And Russians started buying less and less. They're consuming less, they're saving more, they're pinching pennies, and so that's not good for business, not good for economy. Businesses are folding up. So go figure. Unemployment is going up and up and up. Aurelio Ray, what about the rumors of Russia partnering with China's space station? Well, first of all, I have not heard any rumors that Russia is partnered with China's space station. That's fake news and disinformation. Do not spread it. Russian government punishes for that very, very harshly. From what I heard from the Vladimir Putin himself, that Russia is relaunching the moon program. He said that in April of 12th of April of this year. And the second thing, from the head of Roscosmos, I heard two things. First is that Russian space program is not doing well, behind in many instances, behind the Americans, the Chinese, Indians. I don't remember if he said that. Europeans definitely did. And the second thing he said, Russia is quitting the ISS and launching, or having plans for launching its own orbital station after 2024. That's what he said. No rumors with Russia partnering with Chinese. We know what? Chinese would never let Russians partner. They would never let Russians close to their secrets, okay? So forget it. Wild Wolf Pack. Yes, I have. Just read the news half an hour ago. I don't know what to make out of it. This is just crazy. And what is extremely interesting is that Russia is becoming more and more dependent on China, and this dependency is getting stronger day by day. Let me tell you something. To you, to a person who's outside of Russia, watching from where are you? In the United States? Watching from safe distance of America, right? To you, it's interesting. Perhaps even fascinating. To me, it's scary because I also am seeing the same thing, that Russia is getting close to China, closer and closer day by day. But I know China a little bit, and I know the Chinese a little bit. And let me tell you, from little I know, I would turn around and I would run away from the Chinese, because they're certainly not in the interests of helping Russia, developing Russia. They just need Russian resources. Plain and simple. Russian land, Russian resources, oil, gas, and they don't want to buy it. They want to, they want Russia to become part of China, and they eventually will succeed. That's my personal opinion, but that I am very fearing that they will succeed. Peggy Powell, Constantine, you resemble. Resemble what? Didn't quite get that. What does resemble? To be like or similar to. Resemble what? I hope I resemble something good. Lorraine Prasnowski, thank you. Angie, space is the last thing any country should be thinking about now. Oh, that's true. I think I would rephrase what you wrote. I think every single country, and especially Russia, must be thinking of one thing and one thing only. Everything else comes second, okay? Once that thing is somehow, I don't even know what to say, resolved, how do you resolve this? And like how that thing ends, it once it's ended, then we can just extend our sight into other things, you know. Resembles my dad at 30 if he had glasses. Well, look, thank you so much. I'm not 30, I'm 46. So thank you. That I take it as a compliment. Thank you very much. Kari Edwards, what is the most beautiful place in Russia? Uh, a few years back, I would say Crimea. Now, I wouldn't say that. Um, I change my opinions as well. I evolve, let's put it this way. I evolve in my opinions sometimes. Sochi Coast, nice. Russia is beautiful in general. I like very much the northern part of the Black Sea and the Sea of Azov, where I live. I live the northern tip of the Sea of Azov in Rostov. Fantastic land, very beautiful. I like the mountains in the Sochi region, Krasnaya Polyana, where the Sochi Olympics took place. I Moscow has great forests around it. Siberia, I've been to Siberia a couple times. So I can't really tell you what is the most beautiful, but the entire Russia is a beautiful place. The Gate of Hell crater is the best. I don't get that. Bert Carrigan. Hey, Bert. Great to see you. Long time no see. Glad you joined the stream today. Konstantin resembles Walter Cronkite. He's very good at reporting the truth to us. It's something we haven't had for a long time. Bert, great to see you again, and thank you so much. I'm flattered. Tony Torkelson, I hope you're doing well. Enjoy listening to you. Thank you so much, Tony. Doing fairly well. As well as any Russian can be doing right now. Geeky Carlos, sorry I'm not subbed anymore. Hey, no worries. As long as you show up and join the streams and communicate, that's fantastic. No worry about sponsoring. Janice Burgess, from what I've seen online, Russia is beautiful. I love the architecture too. Janice, I beg to differ a little bit for the second part of your message. Russia is beautiful, hands down, but the architecture is the imperial Russia architecture from like 100 years ago and on, way into the past. For example, St. Petersburg, the center of St. Petersburg, is absolutely magnificent. But its architectural styles were influenced by the French, by the Italians, foreign architects. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Anything that commies built is absolutely horrendously ugly. Place where I am right now, well, it's really little villages here and there, but the big city is Sochi, and such a fantastic, beautiful land, beautiful mountains, sea, and the houses and the buildings are just ugly. Same thing about Crimea. It seems like anything that people have touched to, like the nature is absolutely beautiful, but whatever people touched, like their hands with, becomes ugly. That's communism for you, okay? That's how the people didn't care. No one cared. That's a topic for another stream, okay? MS Nikki 42, hello from Cincinnati. Howdy, howdy. Sending you love from the south of Russia. Geeky Carlos, I wish I've traveled around the European Union more. Some beautiful places here I haven't been yet. Uh, 3 countries, well, 4 countries I would like to go to. 5 probably. Italy, any time, any day. Just I'd rather I'd love to go to Italy. Okay, a particular place I want to visit was Positano, the Amalfi Coast, and the Napoli, the city of Napoli, south of Italy. Germany, I'd like to travel around Germany more. Then Ireland sounds like a fantastic place to visit. In England, and also Greece and France. These are my favorites in the European Union. Philip DT, hey Constantine, big fan. Thank you for your content. Thank you, Philip. Thank you so much for joining, coming here today. Joseph Blomister, California. Howdy, howdy. Gideon Urs, some great vineyards near Krasnodar. That's where I am right now. I am in the vineyards. Not too far from Krasnodar. Not near, but about 3-4 hour drive. The churches in Russia have beautiful architecture because they were built before the communists took over. A lot of them were. Brianna, thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hopefully one day I make it there. Gabby, are you talking about Maria Z? For the first time in 5 months, she seems upbeat. Moving to dwelling since the school needs shelter back. House in the same town. Please tell her that not even a day goes by that I don't recall her, and I pray for her all the time. Well, every day, not all the time, but every day. So I'm really happy to hear that she's doing better. That's just such a terrible tragedy that happened to her. It's insane. Time's almost up. Lorna, okie dokie. Angie have beautiful areas in Germany. I know, I've been to Germany. And then my wife, well, her mom, and some other relatives have told me lots about that. Yes, love Germany. Fantastic, fantastic country. Hey, in case you didn't know, my wife's ancestors are Volga Germans. Lorraine, thank you so much. A couple days ago, I had a dream I was back in Maine, meeting my friends in my dream. I guess that's what I call unwinding. Looks like a beautiful hotel room. A little expensive, but yeah, not bad. Not too bad. I'd say B plus, something like that. Zach Constantine, you have to introduce your viewers to mushroom hunting in Russia. Inflation can't touch what you pick yourself. Appreciate your work, sir. Hang in. Thank you so much. I am not a huge expert on mushroom hunting in Russia because in the area where I grew up, we didn't have any mushrooms. Very dry, very hot. Mushrooms don't like that. For mushrooms, you go up north to Moscow. Oh yeah, mushroom heaven. Siberia, mushroom heaven. Places like that. Rostov, near the Black Sea, near the Azov Sea. Forget, no mushrooms. Hey, it's a good question. Galaxy Rider. So, what's your plan for the next month? My plan is to have 30 live streams and 10 videos. I will not do 10 videos. 5 or 6 if we're talking quality, like if I put work into it. But hey, my plan is 10. So 4 videos, 40 videos altogether. How about that? Is it good for plan? Sandy, thank you so much. Good plan, buddy. Yep, thank you. I think I actually have a shot at keeping this plan, well, executing, carrying out this plan, because, like I said, I feel a little better, like mentally. I can't say rejuvenated because you can't just run away from your thoughts, but moving a lot every single day, driving a lot, changing locations, going to different sites, that really helps. That just keeps my mind off and kind of like makes it a little lighter, so to speak. Well, I still read the news every day, and let me tell you, it's just crazier and crazier, and it's not good. So I'm sure once I'm back home, things will get back to new normal. Other shopping centers more empty since the video with your wife? I don't know. I haven't. Well, I think I did the video with my wife early June. Now it's been almost 2 months. The last time I was at the shopping mall in the in Rostov, provincial shopping mall. Not a huge one, basically. It was completely empty. I was in Moscow. I wanted to go out to Russia's biggest, best, most expensive, busiest shopping mall, Европейский. I even called up Russell. We made plans, but then something came up at work and I couldn't do that. So that's a bummer. It would have been an update. As soon as I'm back to Moscow, I'm gonna take Russell and we're gonna go and film another shopping mall. It seems like, he's a good company for that kind of videos. Jesse Mustard, I've seen live from Lost in Moscow, which showed a crowded Moscow streets at 11 p.m. at Friday. Well, Jesse, you gotta compare apples to apples and oranges to oranges. Never compare apples to oranges. To fully understand and make your opinion on whether it's crowded or less crowded, you gotta compare the same place in Moscow, okay, at different times. There are places that are always crowded, okay? It doesn't matter when you come, like Old Arbat Street, Patriki, Patriarchy Prudy area, posh, expensive restaurants around there. Very expensive, very rich Muscovites always go there, no matter what, special military operation, not, whatever. You go to Patriki, you will see tons of crowds there, okay? Those crowds are the last ones to go because they're richest Russians. Things like that. It depends on where the people take you and what they show to you. And then you got to compare. You got to know how that place was before and how it is after. It might be busy, but before it could have been crazily busy. You know what I mean? So always compare apples to apples. Yes, we are ending. Last question from Anne. What's average typical salary in Russian? Few $100s. I would say $300-$400. Well, perhaps $400 to $500, something like that. So that's typical. My friends, thank you so much. Thank you. That was a great stream. Great to be streaming again after a few day break. I will do my best streaming tomorrow, Monday. Kind of same setup. We're still gonna stay at this hotel tomorrow, and we're leaving day after tomorrow. So I will try to pick an interesting topic. I have quite a few in my mind. Mods, thanks for coming. Everyone, thanks for showing up, and thanks for. It's great to see you here again. Thank you. You're awesome and you rock. Oh, shoot. Wait a second. I'm sleeping. I forgot the prayer. Well, nearly forgot the prayer. Oh gosh, that's not good. Wait a second. I would like everyone to join the prayer. Strange. I nearly missed it. Please join me in prayer. I'd like to ask God a few things and thank Him for a few things too. That's my little book of names. I actually have two of them. I'm out of practice. Yes, I'm out of practice. Well, I'll be back to practice very soon. Dear God, thank you so much for giving us this wonderful Sunday. Thank you for putting food on our tables, putting roofs over our heads, and surrounding us with people who we care and love and who care and love us. Thank you for that. Please help our children, keep them safe and keep them healthy. Please help stop the bloodshed in Ukraine as soon as possible. Reach out and fill hearts of people who are capable of making the decisions. Fill them with love, mercy, remorse, forgiveness. Make their hearts softer so they make the right decision to stop the bloodshed. I'm praying for America's president and Russia's president. Please fill their fill their hearts with love, mercy, remorse, and forgiveness, so they go extra mile to stop this bloodshed. Please make it happen. Help every single person who is in Ukraine who has been affected. Give them strength, answer their prayers, and make their wishes come true. Send angels to every single person who needs help, who needs strength, who needs love. Please give people in Ukraine forgiveness. Please help a person that a lot of us know, who used to be a great part of this community, Maria Z. Her mom and her son, they're in Ukraine. Please help them, answer their prayers, and make their wishes come true. Please help my country, Russia. Send an army of strongest angels with sharper swords, led by Saint Michael, so they come down and get rid of the demons who have hijacked my country. Please have angels run my country again, make it righteous, make it a good neighbor to everyone, so no one is afraid of us anymore, and our actions just to prove that. Please help every single woman who is trying to make a decision to keep a baby or not. Talk to every single person, every single woman in this position, and touch their hearts so they make the right decisions. People who are forced to flee their countries, fearing for their lives, please send good people their way who can provide help. Please give us wisdom to raise our children the way that when they grow up, they will make this world a better place and will never fight with each other. Thank you very much for bringing us into this community and giving us ability to pray together. Thank you. Please help everyone in this chat. Please answer everyone's prayer and make everyone's wish come true. I would like to mention a few people who need help. They are Nine Veka, Michael, Ellen, Elena, Natasha, Jake, Michael, Oля, Dasha, Sky, Bonnie and Igor, Buzz, Anne, Jean-Paul, Paula, Janine, Michael, Marlene, Susan, Fiona, Susan, Sabrina, Freddie, Stephen, Paul, Alan, Harry, Priscilla, Michelin, Martin, Donald from Wisconsin, who always asks for himself and separately for his country, America, Allison and Dave Moyers, I found Waldo, Liz, Deborah, Ariana, Liz, Bruce, Kayleen, Michael, Thomas, Tony, Bob, Jessica, Minutes to Midnight, and I'd like to add special prayers to 3 kids, Sebastian, Maverick, and Britzel Andrews. They need your miracles. Their families need your help and your miracles. These kids need to be healthy and they need to see their families home, healthy and happy. Thank you so much, dear Jesus. Amen. Now we can go. It's been a very good stream. Again, thank you very much, everyone. I really appreciate you coming and hearing my message and conversing and praying with me. Thank you so very much. I'll see you all tomorrow.